Look what I found at my Dollar Tree this season. They have the cutest solar powered lamps, but this one reminded me of the ghost that everybody made last year using the glass lampshade covers. And this is plastic and the perfect size. So I knew immediately what I wanted to do when I found it. I'm Jen with Straight Jacket Crafting, and I'm using some white acrylic paint to give one coat of paint over this plastic shade that I removed from the solar powered component. I'm going to dry it with my heat tool, and then I'm going to give it some really fun acrylic eyes. But first, let's take a look at this other piece that I got from the Dollar Tree, and it lights up. The solar powered piece wasn't going to work for what I wanted to do, and this was absolutely perfect. And I'm going to paint it as well with that same white acrylic paint, just one coat. You don't want it to be too opaque or the light won't shine through. And it just so happened that they had this particular light. I picked up 2 of them. My different Dollar Trees have different things all the time. Look at these adorable acrylic eyes. These came from Ribbon Branch Crafts. She sells air dry foam clay, acrylic eyes, and lots of other goodies. But these eyes have become my favorite thing. I'm going to use that B7000 to glue it on. Even though the eyes are sticky back, you want to make sure they're secure on there. And then I'm going to use some black matte acrylic paint to paint this style in a vintage kitsch style. The kitsch style is super cute and popular right now. I've even seen it in the Michaels stores this year for Halloween. So that's the style that I'm going with. And I'm slowing my videos down a little bit so that you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I have a fine brush, fine tipped brush that I'm using to paint the eyes. And if you wanted to make this simple, you could just do perfect little circles for the eyes, your traditional looking ghost. So you can make it as simple or as complex or fancy as you want. But I knew I wanted to do this vintage style, so that's my goal. I think the eyes look so fun. Then I'm going to use some pink acrylic paint to paint on those cute cheeks that you see in this fun little style. Next, I'm going to use some high pigment eyeshadow to give a little pink shadowy look. It also gives it that more vintage look that you see. Now, this eyeshadow will not stay on there unless you seal it. So I am going to continue to paint, and then I'm going to seal it with some Mod Podge. I'm going to use this orange color to go inside that pink circle, and also around the pink circle. And if you decide to dry this with your heat tool, it's going to blow away all that eyeshadow. Ask me how I know. So I'm going to go in with a brush and some Mod Podge and gently go over those areas that I use the eyeshadow with. And then I'm going to end up Mod Podging the entire piece, because even a matte Mod Podge has a shiny look to it, and I wanted the whole piece to look the same, so I needed to do that all over. Including the back, I use the Mod Podge, which isn't a bad idea. I happen to have in that brush a little bit of brown, so it sort of gave it a good little stain. Next, I'm going to make a cute little rag bow using some black and white fabric, some black lace, and some white lace. And this is going to go on top of the cute little ghosty. It's going to cover up that hole. I'm using a bow dabra. That's the tool that I use to make that bow. It's my favorite. It's one that I absolutely have to have in my crafting stash. She's turning out so cute. I ended up putting the bow off to the side. Look how cute she is, all lit up. I love how this turned out. You can see more on my page at Straight Jacket Crafting by Jen. Those are clay pieces in the background, by the way, that I created in that same style, using Crafty Mam's cookie cutter impressions for those. So cute. I love how this turned out. Thanks again for watching.